All right, guys, today we're going to talk about goats. Yes, goats. Wait for it. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Michael. Super glad to have you here. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, the notification bell, and if you like the video, hit the like button. And if you dislike this video, hit that dislike button. So guys, as you know, every once in a while, I just like to make random videos, whether it's about news, entertainment, last one about boxing. Well, what's on my mind today? Pro football and goats. So I just want to talk a little bit about, is Tom Brady the GOAT, the all-time GOAT? See, we had this argument at work the other day, and I have an issue with the greatest of all time because I think you have to put an asterisk next to that and say era. Is he the greatest of all time during his era? Now, Tom Brady's been playing for so long, he might have went through two eras. So it's a tough question. I really don't think in the sports world you can have the greatest of all time because, I mean, that's a huge stretch, you know. Well, let's bring up some examples, right? Back in the 60s and 70s, you know, football was crazy, you know. It's changed a lot to be a lot more safer. You know, back then, you know, they were headhunting, you know, blindside blitzes coming in. You know, quarterbacks weren't protected, not even near as close as they are today. I can imagine being a quarterback in the 70s. Then compare that to being a quarterback, say, in 2015 on, how scared they were back in the 70s compared to how much safer they feel in today's game. So, and think about the impact that would have on how well a quarterback would play when he's not worried about, you know, getting his back broke or his leg snapped in half, you know, compared to today's game. So it's a really tough question to answer. Now, is Tom Brady amazing, right? 7 Super Bowl rings, 10 appearances, 11 appearances, but insane, right? He's a great quarterback. Is he better than Joe Montana? Is he better than Terry Bradshaw? You know, so you have to take that into account when you start talking about goats, you know, and not these kind of goats. So, how well would Joe Montana have played in the Tom Brady era? Would Joe have gotten 9 Super Bowl wins, 8 Super Bowl wins? And then you have to take into account, look at the athletes back in the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s compared to athletes today. For the most part, they're bigger, they're stronger. You know, look at how big Megatron was. Not my build. Megatron put, you know, Detroit Lions, Calvin Johnson, as a wide receiver. I mean, was he something like 6'7", 230, 240? There's something in that range compared to wide receivers. I mean, compared to Don Beebe when he played for the Buffalo Bills. I mean, I'm just saying, like, the game has evolved so much. Athletes have evolved so much. So I really don't think that across any sports genre, from boxing to, you know, football to basketball, you can have a GOAT, the greatest of all time. It's always going to be, in my personal opinion, the greatest of all time for that era. Michael Jordan, you know, the rules in the NBA have lightened up a lot. You know, especially what Jordan had to go through playing, you know, playing in Detroit all those years and trying to get past Detroit to trying to get to that next level. And even all those games in the 90s against the Knicks, you know, how brutal they were. You know, would Jordan have won 9 titles in this era? You know, was Jordan's athleticism enough to match up to, you know, the LeBron James of today? Probably. I mean, Jordan was, in my opinion, one of the most fiercest competitors, and with a desire to win like nothing I've ever seen, even to this day in the NBA. And that's not taken away from all the other greats like Kobe and LeBron, you know, Steph and all that. Just Jordan just had something, some, you know, fire burning inside that I really haven't seen again up till this date. So it's really hard to gauge. Jordan, obviously, in my opinion, again, it's all my opinion, is the GOAT for his era, hands down. Some people are going to still say that he's the greatest of all time, even today. Maybe he is. Um, Maybe Joe Montana, if he played in the Tom Brady era, he would have won 10 Super Bowl rings. I think one of the greatest quarterback minds of all time is Peyton Manning. Um, Now, if what people have brought this up. What if Peyton Manning played for New England? Because New England had an amazing coaching staff all those years with Tom. I mean, they really, really did. With Josh McDaniels, up in the office as the offensive coordinator, they just had like the perfect setup. They could bring in, an average player and make them a star, as they did with so many wideouts. So, do I think? I personally think that Peyton Manning has a better football mind than Tom Brady. And again, this isn't anything against Tom Brady. Tom Brady is an amazing player. He's clutch in so many different ways. But maybe Peyton Manning, if he played for the New England Patriots, he would have won 9 Super Bowls. He wouldn't have lost the three that Tom Brady did. Who knows? I think that a team as a whole, you just can't go in as a quarterback and win. Now I know some people are going to say, well, Tom Brady went down to Tampa Bay and he won, but I mean, again, excuse me, Tampa Bay had a stacked team as well. So, but again, Tom Brady's a great quarterback too, and he's going to elevate a team wherever he goes. So, but it's just tough. Tom Brady, in my opinion, the greatest of his era. Probably two eras, because I think the dude's like 43, 44, and he's still going. So I think he went through, when he first started, when the forward pass against the Raiders in the snow, which started the whole epic run of New England. Again, I even think that was kind of a different era compared to the era that the NFL is in today, with safety and rule changes and everything else, which I personally am for. I enjoy watching football and I enjoy watching sports, and I think these gentlemen should be able to leave the game intact and be able to have a life after that with their families and whatnot. So I think that's great that the game's evolving to benefit the players, and it also benefits the fans as well. But I also think that if you watch a lot of games with Tom Brady doesn't play as well when he's pressured and when he's harried. So if you put this same Tom Brady back in the 60s, 70s, 80s against, let's say, the Steel Curtain defense, I don't know if he's going to play as well, as he did in this generation. So again. I think that, when you talk about GOATs and different sports genres, that, you have to talk about, errors as well. So, but just my thoughts, final conclusions. Tom Brady, in my opinion, definitely the GOAT of his era, whether it's era one or era two, because he's been around for so long. Peyton Manning, one of the greatest quarterback minds to ever play the game. Michael Jordan, I'm a super fan, so maybe I'm biased of him. I grew up watching him. One of the all-time greats in the NBA, if not his era, even through today. I think his desire and will to win is still unmatched as of this video, as of today. I've yet to see anything else, and that doesn't take away from LeBron and Kobe and Steph and all those other guys. I think they're fantastic and great. Jordan was just something so special, once in a lifetime, that I don't know if we'll see. I don't know if I'll see again in my lifetime. So. Anytime that people talk about sports, politics, there's always arguments, there's always different opinions. So feel free to post that in the comments below. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you think there can be the greatest of all time, and you don't need to put that asterisk and say error. I'm curious to hear what your guys' opinions are. If you're sports fans, let me know. But guys, that's it for this morning. As always, stay safe, stay healthy. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.